Amber Nash, the voice of your favorite HR nightmare, Pam Hoovy. Welcome to our Archer Rewatch podcast. We are currently covering a whopping 13 episodes of Archer for season 2 with a bunch of super fun guests. Welcome to Rephrasing. Hey guys, welcome to season 2, episode 10. I'm your host, Amber Nash, and here with me as always we have...
I'm Casey Willis, executive producer on Archer.
And...
I'm Christian Danley. I was an editor on Archer.
Together with our guest today, we are going to talk about El Secuestro. Pam is mistaken for Cheryl Carroll and gets kidnapped. Archer meets his new best friend, and Mallory pays a price for devaluing her employees. Today's guest is an Emmy Award-winning executive producer, director, writer, and guy who wears too many hats. A 20-year veteran of all things animation, his clients include Marvel, Hulu, Netflix, FXX, Cartoon Network, and Warner Brothers HBO Max, among others. He is known for his work on FXX's celebrated animated series Archer and Marvel's Hit Monkey, which more people should have celebrated, might I add, harumph. It's Neal Holman!
Hey, everybody! Yay. Currently wearing too many hats.
Too many hats.
This is an Archer hat, so it fits, but it's Archer Napa Valley wines. I assume it's wines. And then underneath that,
Hey!
Nice.
Hit Monkey merch. I
Nice.
think actually the only Hit Monkey merch in existence.
You know, I have to say, you couldn't tell you had 2 hats on, so you might think about just wearing 2 hats every once in a
Double
while.
hats.
Yeah. Just to keep your head safe.
Yeah, it suits you.
Thank you.
It does.
That's all I needed.
It
Is that
does.
the podcast? We're done.
End of show.
Full positive affirmation, and we're out.
One awkward compliment, and we're done.
Okay, so let's talk about this show.
Yeah,
get
it was a
into it.
great episode, man.
It's such a great episode. We already covered it in season 0 because it's Judy Greer's favorite episode of all time.
It's so good.
It really is.
I forgot how great it is. And Judy's read of, yes, keep yelling your own name.
so funny.
Carol, that's you.
She's so funny.
It's so great.
Yeah,
It is such a Pam episode, but there's so many funny Cheryl lines, too.
yeah, and their relationship really gets solidified. And, you know, Judy's got this great thing about, like, she can play dumb in such a hilarious way, and you have to be very smart in order to actually pull it off, and she's just so fucking good at it. I just love it so much.
It's never broad, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not wacky. It's just it just is, and it's so solid. Amber, you crush it as well as Pam in this.
You know, I wrote down, and I didn't realize it until this rewatch, I wrote down that I was like, I think this is where I was really figuring it out. Like, I was like, now, I think this is where I really got comfortable with Pam.
Even that aside where you're like nutsack, like that little throwaway insult is so perfect.
Yeah.
Well, you had Pam just had a lot of meat to work with in this episode, and I think that just reflects your relationship with Adam and how he's Amber we need to give Amber some stuff to do. Man, it was really great.
And
Such a fun episode.
speaking of tour de force performances, Mr. Neal Holman plays not just Brett, but a kidnapper. 2 roles in this episode.
Wow.
Okay.
Is that
A
why
double.
you wanted Neal for this particular episode,
That's exactly
Casey?
why.
Because Brett's got quite a lot
Man,
of
Brett
screen
should
time.
be dead. That shot of Brett, I mean, come on. It was so bloody.
He has a lot of blood. You know, he has more blood than your average person. So he just
Right, he's got too much. They're doing him a favor.
We were
Probably
really
good.
trying to channel Reservoir Dogs and the Tim Roth just bleeding out for the entire
Very Mr.
movie.
Orange. Yeah.
Yeah, it was normally when I hear my voice I kind of cringe. I just don't enjoy hearing myself. And this time I was like, all right, that one.
Yeah, it was great. And
was
let
awesome.
me ask, is Brett the only character that is based visually on someone and they provide the voice for them? Because I just call this character Neal because every time I see
Slater, who's probably one of the most famous ones.
Yeah. But any of the ones that were guys that worked in the office.
It usually got mixed up a lot.
Yeah, it got mixed up quite a bit. Chi?
I think she did, and her
Hey,
character's
Chi.
name was Chi, I think.
Yeah, she might be the closest.
It's so funny. It's just so funny to see Neal. It's like that's just Neal in this show.
with hair, yeah, and like a diet.
Okay, let's get into the cold open. So Cheryl and Pam are walking to work from the subway. Cheryl explains to Pam that she's a moped. I remember this really, like people just loved this so much because it was so iconic. Mopeds are fun, but you don't want your buddies to see you riding one. And Pam says, I thought he just meant I was fuel efficient. I only had 10 beers.
That's efficient. For Pam.
It is. Do we see a lot of exterior New York in the first couple of seasons? Like just no. Okay.
You see a little bit of ISIS here and there. The second episode has a little bit of New York City streets as they're driving around in it, and that kind of highlighted of, oh God, it looks like a ghost town compared to actual New York. And even in this episode, it's like, oh, there's one guy standing perfectly straight on the corner, and if you look 3 blocks down the street, there's another single person standing straight. And like that was the entirety of our crowd animation. The guy that comes onto screen and blinks a few times after the kidnapping to end the teaser got a big laugh out of me. Like, what are we doing?
Like, this guy's gonna be important later on. No, he's
random. Oops. Like,
and it ends on him,
that?
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the star of the show now? I don't know what that was about, but I got a great laugh out of me. Mostly Musk, the men's cologne in the background ad.
Yeah.
A little too screen dominant, I would say.
Well, I mean, you guys were trying to do a lot with a little, right?
Yeah,
you had,
but like all those graphic advertisements, like we would stress out over them, and then they'd have to get approved and go through S&P and all sorts of clearance and everything, and then inevitably, after we get it all sorted, we get a note later that like somebody doesn't like the font, or the font is copyright, so you have to go through the whole process again. Adam's like super picky on like what those designs should look like, as well as should be. Once we found one that he likes and got approved through all the clearance and legal stuff, that thing is everywhere. Same for like Rancho cigarettes, which is seen much later in the episode. Like that.
Yeah.
Once we get a design approved, man, we slot that thing.
Yeah,
okay,
that
so
totally
this
makes
is my
sense.
question, because we see mostly Musk in 201 in Swiss Miss, and then I don't know if that was the first time we saw it, but do you remember if this was in the script, or you guys were like, we just need an advertisement, and you pulled mostly Musk and put it in there?
I think it was in this. I want to say it was in the script.
Okay.
That Mostly Musk is not a title that I would have like created.
Okay.
Casey, check
like,
your Lobot brain.
But also, like, Mad Men was like super big at the time. Like, you can kind of see if you look at the Mostly Musk design of that, like that sort of clean design is riffing off all of the Mad Men stuff that was going on at that
And what's the rest of it? It's mostly Musk. What's the rest of it is what I want to know.
That's the secret.
Undetermined.
It's
So,
in the
go ahead,
teaser.
Casey.
Mostly Musk is in the teaser.
Yeah,
I think
is
so,
it?
but if she said it was in the 201, then it would have been in that script. And by this episode, we was like, let's use Mostly Musk again. We're gonna put something there.
Okay, I don't see it mentioned. I'll keep looking. You guys,
Cross-reference 201, Casey.
which is actually
not-
202.
It's actually 202. We talked about that too.
Let me search in my email. Mostly Musk.
We then find that Mallory is upset that Cheryl is late. This is her last chance, and she's fired. Meanwhile, Pam is being kidnapped because Cheryl misleads them into thinking that Pam is Cheryl. It's just so much fun. I think I remember like reading this script and being like, wow, like this might have been the most stuff I got to ever do. At least in the beginning. Like this was the first time I was like, this is so much fun.
And there's some great shots, like in that opening teaser of Pam getting pulled into the van. That like a lot of, again, like doing a lot with a lot of animation in these cool like perspective shots.
And like you can see a lot of the teams are starting to come together. Even just like the van creeping up, like moving in perspective, which
in
is
the window.
it's like there's lots of little tiny things where you've seen the animation go up a level. And we can talk about it later, but there's even a depth of field blur later in the show. And oh my God, we got a blur in. That was great.
That's what that guy needed. That guy who came into frame, he needed a little blur on him.
Yeah.
It's so fun. Okay. Anything else about the cold open before we move on to Act 1?
The painting of the backgrounds in season 2, it's a lot crisper than the paintings in season 1, and you can definitely notice it.
And do you think is it because there was like a department?
Yeah, it was a
point?
departmental shift. Like one of the things I remember the note when somebody picked up a telephone, it was described as, it looks like they're holding ice cream. So just tighten it
That
up.
was, well, it was.
All right. Thanks.
If I recall, in season 1, the background style was a bit more painterly.
Yeah.
And then we realized characters had to interact with those objects. So it was kind of like a move on two halves, right? The props needed to look more like the characters, and the backgrounds needed to look more like the props. So everything kind of shifted a little bit to a more tighter style rather than the painterly style.
Yeah.
You know, guys, I didn't know the word painterly until we started making this podcast. And I feel like if we do have merch for this podcast, after rephrasing the rephrasing squirrel, we need to have a shirt that just says painterly in big letters.
Painterly question mark?
Yeah.
Huh?
It's really an art school term, wouldn't you
It's
say?
a great word. Okay. Did you find the answer, Casey? Are you still searching? Or did you?
I don't see any mention of musk in there. All I see is aerosol deodorant. In Swiss Miss
Whoa.
for when Archer makes the fireball that burns that
Man,
dude.
That's wide open.
Interesting. Okay, so in Act 1, Cheryl explains to the gang that she's late because Pam was kidnapped. Cheryl reluctantly reveals that she is a tunt. And to prove it, she shows them a painting at her insanely opulent mansion. That was so much fun to see. Like, it's just so big. Like, there's so much space from where they're standing to where the ceiling is.
It's like, who would live in this place? Just the amount of stonework that you would need to build is insane.
And it's in downtown. Like, it's in where is it? It's just in New York somewhere.
Just, in New York somewhere.
Right
this
across
is-
from Roosevelt Mansion.
Right, yeah. And this is the introduction of the ocelot, right? This is
Yeah,
the
this is the
first
first one.
of Babu. This is our
God,
first.
so sad in Meowschwitz.
He needs like a stick or so. He was talking about enrichment. So give
Yeah.
that,
Tire
give
swing.
that thing some enrichment.
He really
I
wants
remember-
something to scratch on.
Downton Abbey was going on at the time, right? So like that was part of the. I think that's right. That was part of the influence of that design aesthetic of
Yeah.
researching that era of mansions, but on the American side, that Gilded Age. Before the show Gilded Age was ever a thing, that's what we sort of fell
Right.
into. Looking up, there was one called the Breakers. Breakers Mansion. It's in, I think, Rhode Island and Newport.
Newport.
But like you look at Breakers, like you can see a lot of the same stonework. Obviously, we took some liberties and made things even bigger and more grandiose. But that was a big springboard for us.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And like that painting is like 2 stories tall, right?
Down
Like,
Abbey.
even if you go to the Louvre and see those giant paintings, I think that would dwarf them.
So how long is it until we see Cheryl's gross brother? Because it's
Right.
like
I think
what-
season 4.
Man,
Wait,
what a-
or maybe later. It's Sea Tunt episode, right?
Yeah, because 2 is space, right? The finale of 2 is space.
Finale of 3
No.
is space.
3 is space, so it's 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, wow.
So, did we hear his
That's
name
so
in this
great.
episode, or just that he's gross?
Yeah, his name is
Okay.
Cecil.
Okay.
And actually, eventually, Cecil will be voiced by Eugene Merman
Yeah.
of Bob's Burgers fame, and who just recently had a really bad car accident.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's okay, but we're thinking about Eugene Merman.
Oh man, that's tough. And then I wrote down this line because I loved it so much. You guys, I'm really freaking out. You mind if I glue up?
Is that also the first time she's ingested it? Because usually it was just her sniffing it.
It was like
but
a-
this
yeah.
time
She's
she's
just
just
eating it.
pouring it down her gullet.
Can you imagine like trying to choke down something that viscous?
Gross.
No. No.
That really got Casey.
It sounds like there could be a whole industry behind it.
Speaking of the ocelot, we hear Archer off screen say, "Look at his little spots. Look at his tufted ears." He just loves him so much.
Yeah.
The glee in his voice is so infectious. It's a no wonder like this became such a big thing.
Right? And, I love that because I wrote down, I don't remember which episode it was, but hearing, like, when John got to that place and he has this, like, little giggle that he does and he just is, you can't help but love whatever he's into. Is this the first time we see him? Because he starts to get into animals and then we know this about him throughout the show. This is the first?
I think that, to me, I think this is the first one. I mean, you could maybe argue that the dog in the pilot was kind of the first, but like he wasn't really into that dog.
Yeah, he was kind of pissed about it. Yeah.
And forgot about it immediately.
Yeah. So, I believe this is the first one. That shot of the ocelot alone in that giant room is so funny.
And just with two little bulls.
Yeah.
Much later on in the series, and this is a shout out to Mark Gannick, who we've talked about a little bit, and we should probably have on earlier than his contributions to the show,
totally.
which is
That'd be
way
fun.
until
Probably
season
not.
10.
Probably.
We won't make it that far.
In a later season, Mark Gannick writes a script that's called like the Orpheus Gambit, and then he's talking to me, and he's like, because Archer is Orpheus, and he then talks about one of Orpheus's powers was to charm animals, and he was really and then he has to like go into the underworld to try to rescue and I was like, oh, and he's like, he's back from the dead, and I was like, holy shit, dude. This is awesome.
That's great. I love the lines. Well, what happened Monday? Oh, my parents were murdered. I'm kidding. They are dead, though. And we find out that she's not at the funeral because she was afraid of being fired because she doesn't understand all of Mallory's rules. And was this always so Cheryl becoming a tunt and us finding out that she was like super loaded? Did we know this? Like, I wonder if Adam planned this when he first created Cheryl, or even like before this.
I don't think so. I think he just
I remember it being talked about of like that we're gonna find out she's loaded with lots of money. I don't remember if that was like in the first season or just when we were talking about this second season.
Okay, because it's so fun. I mean, it just really cracks open a whole new thing about her.
Because remember, originally, I think Cheryl was just supposed to be in one episode.
Right.
And she might have been supposed to get killed or something weird.
Yeah, I think she was supposed to die.
But there's also this running gag that never works, that every time someone says that Cheryl's a tunt, Archer goes, "Tum again." And it never works. Nobody reacts to it at all.
Okay.
Oh, so we
In
find
any
out.
other show that would be cut, right? Like
For sure.
Yeah.
We're doing a joke that's intentionally not landing. Like,
Yeah.
That's one of the things we've talked about this a lot, especially in season 1. That was like great about FX too, is that they really just were like, "You guys will figure it out." Like it seemingly gave a lot of room for the show to just kind of become what it wanted to be comedically, which is.
Although I will say that I think season 2 is when they really started paying attention. Because this was when we've talked about this, Neal, how so many of the episodes in season 2 got rearranged.
yeah.
Specifically, Swiss Miss and the second episode,
A Going Concern.
A Going Concern, which should have been the first episode because it is exactly after all the events in the end of the first season.
It like answers a bunch of questions.
But I think
from the end of the.
Yeah, but FX was like, we need something with a little more action. So we had to take Swiss Miss, put it up front because it had that awesome snowmobile chase.
Yeah, and lollipop scenes.
Yeah.
a lot of lollipop action, we found out.
That snowmobile chase, Casey, I don't know if you remember the original storyboard version of it, but it was a lot more elaborate with Archer like banking a grenade off a tree into like the little knot inside a tree, and then it exploded and fell down and clotheslined the guy like Return of the Jedi. Saying like we killed each of those guys in these crazy unique ways. Like he shot some icicles and they stabbed another guy in half. And Adam saw like, no, just bump them each into a rock and make it explode. And I'd worked for like night and day on the sequence, get it doing all this stuff. And I was like, okay.
Oh my god.
But to his point was like, if we do this, we can save time and we can spend time elsewhere, time and money elsewhere. And, like, he wasn't wrong, but I will always see that sequence and think, could be a lot cooler.
Yeah.
I did point out that in that chase there was the signature Neal Holman mirror shot, where a mirror gets shot off, either a rear view or a side mirror. Like they're looking in it, seeing the guy chasing him, and then it gets shot off.
That was just the middle of a huge sequence of mirrors getting shot off. Basically. But we got
cut of all the shots, all the ideas that I just repeat over and over and over and over again. And then when he collapses, we're going to go to a low angle shot because we haven't seen that before.
Well, man, I will say in this episode, we got to talk to Kari Walgren about that episode, and she was a big fan of the chase, by the way.
Yeah.
But even in this episode, I was talking about like those shots of Pam. I could just see how that was a cool storyboard that then was like taken to some extremes with animation.
Yeah.
That was cool to see.
It all starts to level up.
And instead of saying things that you just repeat, I would say it becomes the visual language of Archer.
Yeah.
It's signature look,
for sure.
Even
though, in the office, I'm sure you were given a really hard time about it.
Another mirror.
Really, Neal, really.
Having an artistic opinion.
It works. Okay, you didn't take it.
Yeah, because like for fans, for people that aren't there, like I was like, oh, it's not even something that I realized was a thing that happened all the time until you said it. And so I really do think like for people watching it, regular people are just like, yeah, this is just what this show is. Okay, so we find out that she's doing okay. She says to the kidnappers, she can take it. Who taught you how to punch? Your husband?
What a great line.
My favorite line of all time, you better just fucking kill me.
Yeah, delivered just perfectly.
And the kidnappers all start to get slightly depressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The energy is starting to wane pretty quickly.
And they're all like half her size.
Yeah. This was also at the time when we had to get permission from FX to just do a bleeped word.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't want us to do that.
Wow.
But we got special permission for this line
And then
from Pam.
There was an actual fuck in the show at some point,
Yeah,
right?
that was a mistake. That was.
Oh, right.
I think I told you on the 100th episode, we would put the bleeps in for the broadcast version, but then there was another version that we'd have to send in. This is all bookkeeping bullshit. There was another version which was the international version. The international version will not get bleeped, mostly because they're going to replace all those voices anyway with their own voice. And somehow the international delivery mix-up, the international version actually is the one that aired. And at the end of the episode, Mallory drops an F-bomb. I immediately got on my phone. I'm shooting off emails left and right. I said my balls jumped into my throat. I was like, ugh! And FX,
were you watching it in real time?
Yeah, I would always watch the broadcast. And FX... Kate at FX was like, that's okay. And I was like, huh?
You're like, I had several heart attacks.
And then afterwards I realized, oh yeah, every other show on FX, they're just dropping every curse word unedited. They don't care anymore. They're probably actually like anything to draw viewers to look at live TV.
What took you so long, Archer?
We see, I wrote that we could see the dollar signs in Mallory's eyes like she's in a Looney Tunes cartoon. She sees the potential and suggests that Isis be Cheryl's personal bodyguard. And then, of course, we see poor Babu in Meowschwitz. And is that the only time we see... Is this the only time we see the Tunt Mansion? Can't be, right?
No, we actually have a whole season in Tunt Manor.
You've seen the show
right?
before, right?
No, Neil, no. That's
Never,
what this
no.
whole podcast is about.
Oh, okay. Well, you're in for a treat in about 3 seasons.
Wait,
yeah,
really?
The Shirlene season
Yeah.
takes
Oh.
place
Season 5.
almost exclusively.
That's their hit.
Right.
Tunt
I
Manor.
forget about that part
Except
of it.
when
I
they
just
hit the
think
road.
I just think about the country music part of it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
I
Pam
can't wait to
doing
watch
all
that
cocaine.
season.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Running down to Texarkana.
Right. Hey, y'all. Do you want the truth? Well, you can't handle the truth. It's time for our segment, Two Truths and a Line. You know the game Two Truths and a Lie, right? It's that game where you share 3 facts about yourself, but one of them is untrue. And then everyone judges you because your story about getting arrested for public intoxication wasn't as charming as you thought it was. This game is similar, but Neil will read 3 lines and then have to figure out which line Brett never said. Casey, do you have anything else to add?
Thanks, Amber. Neil, please read these lines aloud and then tell us which one Brett didn't say.
Okay.
Lion face, lemon face, lion face. Amber, give me some warm-ups. I'm not good.
Get a pack of Newport Lights.
Drive your dad's truck.
Okay. It's me, Archer. Hold on. I'm getting something weird on my scanner.
Okay.
Not too southern
Nicely
there.
done, nicely
Okay.
done.
I don't think
sorry.
I don't remember Brett ever having a scanner.
Well, let's go to all of them, and then
Okay.
you'll decide
Okay.
afterwards.
Okay.
Okay.
Also, not my best read. You know, that was more of a warm-up
Okay.
read.
Yeah, sure.
Wait, do you want me to be a groomsman? Wait, do you want me to be a groomsman? Wait, do you want me to be a groomsman?
Ooh,
Nice,
I
Neil.
like that one.
It's a real variety.
All right, and then
I kind of goofed it on groomsman on the last one. Oh, this is classic. God damn it, Archer! I can't see us. Ah! I just assumed.
Excellent.
That's
All right,
perfect.
is that
And a little
that's
less
it, right,
probably
Casey?
blew out the
No,
mic.
we've
God
got it.
damn it, Archer! I can't see us.
Perfect. Those are okay. So Neil, which line did Brett not say?
Not say is the first one. I don't remember him ever having a scanner.
All right.
And hold on, it's me. It's me, Archer. That's not an Adam Reed line. Lock it in.
You're correct. It's not an Adam Reed line, but it is something that Captain Brett said in season 10 when he arrived in his spaceship filled with food
Didn't
and
that
water.
get cut though? Didn't that get cut?
Did it get cut?
I thought I got cut out of that episode.
Neil,
you
you're not
referencing-
getting out of this. You
You
got
are
it
in
wrong,
the episode.
okay?
You are in the episode because your spaceship gets destroyed by hundreds
Exploded.
of frozen alien eggs.
Damn it.
Whoa.
Damn it.
Wait, you want me to be a groomsman is from 213 when Archer's going to marry Katja. And then the fake line is, God damn it, Archer, I can't see the... And
You
then-
tricked me.
Yeah, I tricked
tricked
you.
me.
The actual
I
line
don't
is,
appreciate it.
God damn it, Archer, I can't hear you, but you don't finish you because then you get shot in the head in season 5.
That's the kind of shit Casey pulls on you. He gives you something that's like essentially the line you said,
It's
but
impossible.
with a slight change to it.
Yeah, this sucks.
Neil,
Congratulations. You won the game. That's it.
where are you from? Did you grow up in Georgia?
I grew up in York, South Carolina, about an hour south of Charlotte, North
So
Carolina.
you are a Southern guy. I love how many, because, Adam's Southern,
Yeah.
Thompson's Southern.
Yeah, it's not I don't have like a super heavy accent, but I notice it slips out from time to time.
Same. And it would be usually when I had any lines that had 2 vowels next to each other. People would be like, Amber, you sound way too Southern.
I was born in New Jersey, but moved to Georgia when I was 7. So I'm basically from Georgia. But
Yeah.
whenever I get angry, Catherine says Jersey Casey comes out. Because I'm like, oh, fungal.
And your sleeves fall off of your shirt. Okay, and now we're back for the second half of our episode. In Act 2, it starts with Popeye's Suds and Duds. Let's talk about this.
I have no memory of Popeye Suds and Duds whatsoever.
It's
Okay.
in an
It
earlier.
came on and like I don't remember this.
So it used to be 4, 5, 6 laundry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which people
4,
want to
5,
know what that
6.
means. Yeah.
And then
But means nothing.
It
4,
means
5, 6
nothing.
laundry is not a reference we can attribute to anything.
An area code? I don't know.
That's what I thought, maybe.
and then later, Popeye, who is Trinette's pimp,
Right. And who is voiced by who?
Clark Peters from The Wire.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, now that sounds familiar.
And
All
Popeye
right.
kind of looks a little bit. It's not a direct like drawing of him, but has a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yes,
Has
it's
some,
Although
Yeah.
I am 100% sure that is not Clark Peters going, when the blast doors come down.
yeah.
Because we would not have paid him his probably double scale rate to just
Did
do
you
a
have to record him in London or something?
Yes,
like
I
that?
believe he was doing a movie or a play in London when we
The
recorded.
fate of Popeye is people want to know on Reddit what happens to Popeye when ISIS gets exploded. We never see Popeye again after that.
Yeah.
So
I think he's selling his craft beer somewhere.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah,
He's not just
He's
going to
fine.
give that up.
he bounced back.
He didn't have all his eggs in one basket. You know?
Right. Yeah, they was just there for a couple hours a day.
He's an entrepreneur.
Yeah, it's a moneymaker, but he's got other avenues.
That was just the 456th laundry he was running that day.
You know, we have a dry cleaners that we love, and this guy ran it for a long time, and then he started getting like pretty grumpy, and then all of a sudden a new family came and they ran it, and they were really nice, and now the old guy's back, and we're like, what the fuck's going on? Because the new couple ran it for like 6 years.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy. Kevin's actually doing a documentary about them today, right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I
Cool.
guess we'll find out.
Yeah, you can find out.
Dig in.
Okay, so Lana and Cyril prepare for the kidnappers. Cheryl owes Cyril $3,700 that we find out later she just burned. So I guess that's why she asked for it, so she could just burn it. They have put Cheryl in a vault. Mallory is squirrely about the price, and Cheryl demands Pam back before she signs the paperwork. So we don't know why it was $3,700. It was just like a random
Just a
number
random
that she
figure.
borrowed.
But
Yep.
he had to take it out of his 401k.
He borrowed it in the worst way possible.
$3,700 you had to take out of your 401k?
They
Well-
probably could have got a credit card with better, or like opened a bank loan for better.
Well, we don't know. Archer is in that amorphous time period. Perhaps,
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
in
Inflation
3700s. Yeah. Adjusted for Archer inflation.
It is funny because when it was such a specific number that I was like, well, what's the joke going to be? And then just see her throwing it into a dumpster. But that's the whole reason. That's the
It also
MacGuffin.
makes you wonder if, like, did we mistakenly burn $3,700 in production somehow?
Oh.
On some
And
mistake?
Adam
This
was
is Adam
pissed
taking it.
about it.
Wow. It's an inside
I will almost
burn.
guarantee you, somewhere there's a $3,700 mistake. This is Adam taking a shot.
I
Oh
love
my
that
God, I
idea.
hope that's true.
Something got messed up. It was $3,700, and Adam's like, "You might as well just lit that on fire. Put that in the script. Animate this, fuckers."
That's so
It kind of
funny.
also reminds me, for some reason, of and the guy Amber was not going to remember this, but the guys who worked at the studio will. Matt Thompson in front of the entire studio going, "How to Train Your Dragon? Really?"
Like top 5 Matt moments.
Why was he upset?
Oh my god.
I don't think it was this season. I think it might have been
It was
next
later.
season,
Yeah,
or even season 4, because we were still in Zonalite at that time.
Okay.
but it was packed.
It was
that was
packed.
the time where it was packed. Season 2 it wasn't as bad.
And
Anyway, go ahead.
Matt gets a letter from Warner Brothers or whoever has
I thought it was a Comcast, was it not? I mean,
whatever. It was like someone had illegally downloaded How to Train Your Dragon on How to Train Your Dragon 2
Maybe it was just the first one.
On the internet that was assigned to Floyd County Productions.
Oh my God.
And
Traced
Matt got
back
like
to
a letter that's like, hey, this is really serious, but we're gonna maybe pursue legal action and blah 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 blah. And so Matt was pretty upset about it, and in front of everybody was like, don't do this, don't
Did
download
he know who
shit
it was when
at
he...
work. No,
No.
there's no way to know.
Yeah.
Did anybody ever fess up to it?
Surely not. He was
So then
my God.
everybody got punished
like
for it,
he was
basically.
red. And
Oh my God. And he's already pretty red most of the time. So that must
Exactly.
have been like
This
pretty.
was, Scarlet.
But I think to him, the insult to injury was that it was someone illegally downloading How to Train Your Dragon. Like,
Right.
And
But
if it
he's
was,
screaming
if it
at
was
a bunch
two,
of
that's even
animation
worse.
dorks, like, "How to Train Your Dragon? Really?
Yeah.
Really?"
Right.
and they're like,
And then
well,
he
yeah,
goes and slams his
DreamWorks.
door, like, and there's rumblings of like, "It's actually a pretty good movie."
There's some good reference material in there. Never know when a dragon
God.
might need a dragon and archer.
But yeah, that's a top 5
That's
Matt
funny.
moment. Just losing it.
So that probably wasn't the $3,700, but it,
No,
Doesn't
no,
fit the
and I could be
timeline.
wrong on that. It's just anytime there's these moments where it's like, "Huh, am I missing out on some?"
I do
some
love
inner
how
office
it
squibble that Adam's just like
That's my
taking
favorite
the piss
theory.
out of it in the script.
I'm sure
Because he would
was.
do that from time to time.
Yes.
And there's other times where, like, when the Mallory's condo gets blown up, I think that's season 1,
Yes.
right? She's talking about redecorating it, and then she says some line about, well, you just have to blow the whole thing up to get rid of this. And I always took that as like, oh, Adam really didn't like this design.
Oh my God.
But
That's so funny.
whatever.
So we find this is where the little giggle happens. It's after Brett gets shot, and then Archer giggles and says he got shot again under his breath. It's so good. He's so delighted
There's
at what's
also
happening.
the line from Mallory that's there's a $500 million of tunt in that safe.
That's great. We find out. So do you remember did Brett first appear in episode 1?
He's in the pilot. Well, his voice is in episode 1. I don't think
Okay.
he appears until when?
Well,
Is he-
he's definitely in season 1 because he's one of the people who pays Lana to have sex with him,
Right.
but just to say that he does. So I think he's in season 1 for sure.
I don't remember which episode though.
Did you get excited when you were doing Brett stuff, or were you like, God damn it, I don't have time for this horse shit. Now I gotta
was
go record
super
it?
excited. I got nervous,
Really?
super nervous. More so than like we did stuff for Frisky Dingo all the time, and I never
Yeah.
really got
Right.
nervous. But there's something Frisky Dingo. We had the fart box in the back of the studio that you would close yourself inside. So you go from that to like, here's a real recording studio with like fancy guitars and pianos and shit.
Do you need
everywhere.
some water, sir?
And, yeah, exactly. Everybody's like very on their best behavior. You want some water? You want lunch? Like, it just I'm not a professional actor. It made my nerves kind of skyrocket. And like,
Well, it
took
works
me a
for
while.
Brett.
Yeah. Well,
really
you're great.
works.
And do we know how many times the Brett got shot in the history of Archer? Hundreds?
That's a good trivia
It's
question.
That is a good one.
lot. Because like the Rona episode, he takes like a full clip.
Poor guy. Oh boy. So that just became the thing with Brett. Was he shot every time we saw him?
He's mostly bullets by the end.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think he's shot in Dial M for Mother, which is the one where he gets to have sex with Lana.
Yeah.
But he is also shot in season 1. He's shot in Diversity Hire when in the locker room, Archer pulls out his little gun. And,
Yeah.
and Brett goes with that little thing. But I don't know if that's just a voice too.
I mean, the only reason to have him on screen
Yeah.
is to have him
Right.
get shot.
Right.
The only
Or to
reason
show
I
him
got to
having
play that
been
character
shot.
is because I can scream really loudly. That's basically it.
Neil, would you do any vocal warm-ups on your way to the studio?
No.
Just raw
Did you?
dogging it.
No, I'd smoke a cigarette and have a cup of coffee on the way to recording.
Same thing.
Right.
You know.
Okay, so we find out that Mallory wasn't planning on getting Pam back. Archer won't negotiate with the cyborg, so he hangs up. And then he has the line, Lana, it's not worth it. It's just Pam. Oh, poor Pam. The kidnappers finally realize they've got the wrong guy. And I wrote down this line that Pam says, well, that's what I've been trying to tell you between this little guy's love taps. So funny. We see that Pam paying for college in an underground fighting ring. That was such a fun flashback.
Yeah.
That's the first time we see that, right?
Yeah.
That sets some lore right there.
For sure.
Yeah.
And the great line, sorry about your homies.
Yeah. And that guy's dead, right? Like, there's a sheet over that guy.
I think he's dead, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
$300.
There's some debate about what Pam's hash marks mean on her tattoo.
Right.
And that's possibly how many men she's killed in underground illegal boxing matches.
100%.
Yeah, that's what I think too. Yeah, it's her body count and not just the people she's had sex with.
Well, she may or may not have had sex with those men too, but they definitely died fighting her.
This is an audio question with like it's so funny when the voice modulator is too high and they can't understand what Cyril's saying.
Yeah.
So would you guys just record somebody and then actually just put like a modulation on it? Is that how that worked?
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
For sure.
Somebody couldn't make that happen.
You wouldn't want to do that. You wouldn't want to do that on the fly. You'd want the naked audio the raw audio that then you could alter later.
I like naked audio.
I like
You just
naked
want-
audio.
I like
too.
it naked.
That's
Naked
another
audio.
T-shirt. Naked
Strip
audio.
it down.
Naked audio.
About 5 seconds away from shooting your friend in her rock-like face, I wrote down. I was like, is that a foreshadowing
Tease.
of season 10?
I mean,
Can't be.
it
Yes.
can't be, but
Sure.
it is a serendipitous foreshadowing for sure.
But cyborgs are Archer's worst nightmare.
Yes,
Is a foreshadow of Barry coming back.
Nice.
for sure. Yes.
Yeah, we were saying in the episode we covered with Lucky, right? He says something about a sentient intelligence, and there's like a sting, and he's like, "I'm just kidding."
Yeah.
But it just like sets like a little bit of a groundwork for like seasons later.
Okay, so Lana, Archer, and Mallory negotiate. They definitely have confirmation of life that Mallory ignores. She says the trade for Cheryl wouldn't be worth it, and she prices Pam at $5,000, which is so fantastically ridiculous. And Pam offers to help the kidnappers at that point get Cheryl, and then Pam and the kidnappers together is just ridiculous and fun. And then she's like, well, you could slice my retinas out and cut off my fingers or something. And they're like, maybe.
There's a long pause, and she's like, "Don't be dicks."
Yeah.
So good, man.
And then Cyril has Cheryl at gunpoint. And I loved this line. The IRS? Jesus, how many Irish gangs are there?
I did want to touch on really quickly because we were talking about that last line. The editing. I wasn't editing on this season of Archer, but Pierre was one of the main editors, and really I think like you feel the standard of the Archer editing in this episode too. Like you feel the timing of those outs on the acts, and it's really like by this episode well refined.
Because that's
so
another
tight.
signature.
It's so tight, and it's so perfect. And the thing that I am sort of struck by on the whole of Archer, we would get a script, we would storyboard to that script while the audio is being recorded. Pierre or whoever, Christian or whoever gets into the edit, puts it all together, and we look at it, and then maybe we make a few changes here and there. But rarely did we ever cut a whole scene out. And rearrange a whole episode, which happens in a lot of other projects that all of us have been a part of, where like you're doing triage on just like, how do we get this story to work? This doesn't set. Like Archer was so locked in from the script forward that we never hit those hiccups. Not never, but like rarely ever.
That's
On this
amazing.
episode, I remember just like sailing through.
Yeah, and like so much so that we took it for granted when we started working on other projects, and we were like, "Oh, this is not as tight as I'm used to."
Yeah,
Now I see why they were concerned about the calendar.
it's really Adam too, just kind of understanding how long his scenes are and how he writes.
Yeah.
Because much later, when we had other writers, that became a thing where, unfortunately, there was just too much stuff, and we have to cut scenes down, and you're losing jokes, you're losing. What you have to do is make sure you don't lose plot, and a lot of times, unfortunately, people overplot, and so it sucks. And I feel bad for the writers too, because they're like, that was my best stuff.
Yeah, I wonder too if that's the side effect of it just being one writer as opposed to like a team of writers,
Yes.
so that Adam just was kind of dialed in a way that a team maybe couldn't be,
Sole writer and a producer, right? Like he's very conscious of the budget.
And was editing for a long time.
This was in the transition of when it was being handed off to Pierre during season 2. So I mean, from top to bottom, from nose to tail.
From soup to nuts.
Brad Zimmerman, was he editing it this time, or was
that's what I was checking. I don't think Brad came on, and we have Pierre listed as dialogue editor for this, so I don't think Brad came until season 3, maybe.
Yeah, Pierre was still listed as dialogue editor.
So with editing, is it like a hierarchy where it's like this is the main editor and then there's people working underneath, or is there one person, or like how does all that how's that working?
Traditionally, it would be a department, but we would have one person editing Archer. You would get the audio from the record, you would chop that down, then you would piece together a radio edit, and then you would put in the storyboards. Like you would,
and that's
just be
one person.
Generally, I mean, when we could afford to have more people, then somebody could take a portion of that.
Yeah. Later on, it would be like Brad doing the dialogue edit, and then turning it in, and then Pierre going over top of it and kind of putting in music or sound effects or whatever. But that's kind of just a preliminary pass on that, because then when it goes to your sound engineer, they're doing their whole pass on it as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
Guys,
it's an art, man.
Can't believe we did it.
There are some large productions that have multiple editors, right? Like they've got one guy who's sort of the lead editor, then he has 3 assists up underneath him. One of those guys is just doing music, another guy is doing atmosphere, another guy is like ingesting all the audio and chopping it up to just give to the lead editor to edit. It just all depends on the scale of your production and the volume of the stuff you're dealing with.
I was lucky enough to do some editing on Hitmonkey, and it was very structured. It was like very detailed what I was doing. There was no there was a clear vision from the top of what.
Well, we didn't have time. We have to do this. You got to hit this point by this week, and then we got to bail.
Yeah.
But it was just
does
a different style.
Does that take out, for you, Christian? Does that take out? Is it better to have a little more creativity in that you've got all this shit going on, or are you like, okay, I like to just know that I'm doing this?
Yeah, well, cool. Thanks, Amber. Cool question. I would say, as far as Archer goes, as an editor, you got to have artistic say in the radio edit. That's the time when you got to kind of do some timing stuff and put some stuff together, because once it, like Neal's saying, once it gets rolling, there's another department waiting for those chunks of video so they can put storyboards on them, and then the storyboards can get animation on them. And so you can't make artistic choices once that machine gets rolling. At the very beginning, which is different than traditional editing. In film editing, you get all of the footage, and then the art is, how do I make this? How do I put all of this together? So at the end is when you get to do your art. Editing and animation, at the beginning, you have a bit of say.
Interesting. I'm learning so much on this podcast. In Act 3, Archer is upset that Gillette is wearing his tactile neck, which is so much fun. Mallory and Lana think that the kidnappers have Cheryl. Poor Brett is getting yelled at for not answering the phone quick enough as he loses a lot of blood.
Yeah.
Nobody cares. He's just bleeding out in front of this desk.
That's my life.
I'm assuming you had to do a lot of exertions. Is that what you guys called them? Efforts.
Yes, efforts.
Efforts.
Yeah.
Efforts.
A lot of efforts. A lot of sound weaker. Even smaller.
More pathetic.
Even smaller.
And if I may quote Harvey Keitel from Reservoir Dogs, it's the most painful place to get shot in the stomach, but you're not going to die from it.
Oh, no. That's
Aside
horrible.
from the kneecap, it is the most painful place a guy
I
can
mean, you
get
got to
shot.
poop in a bag for the rest of your life. It's not the worst.
The kidnappers actually arrive with Pam. Cyril is posing as the kidnappers over the phone to get his $3,700. I think it's so funny that he asks for $3,700, and Lana's like, "What?"
$1 million.
He's so bad at
I
it.
mean, $1 million.
Then immediately it's like up to 30 million by the time we get back to the scene, right?
This is completely unbelievable. Gillette and Archer find Cheryl. No one believes that Cyril kidnapped her except for maybe Lana. Were there ever kidnappers to begin with, they wonder. They arrive with Pam. Gillette hands Cyril a gun, which he immediately accidentally fires, triggering a shootout. And he's just kind of like limply, like not holding it.
It's like kind of, the worst way possible.
Does that always happen with Cyril when he has a gun?
Well, it
that
happens earlier
established?
in this episode when they're in the armory and Lana hands him a gun.
It's set up, but this is before suppressing fire, right?
Yes.
Have we had a suppressing fire yet?
No, this is way before suppressing fire.
Hey. Pam is pissed. She's going to beat up Mallory. I love Archer saying, "Lana, let her have this one." It's so good. And then she takes off her shirt to reveal the back tattoo, and everyone is stunned.
Their expressions at the end of it was like,
It's awesome.
Well done, guys. It's such a good moment.
I noticed something that I hadn't noticed. I mean, surely we must have noticed it when we were doing it, but Mallory's expression, she's looking straight at Pam's tits. She's just
I
like,
didn't notice.
eyelines
That's
are
so great.
such a thing in animation because a lot of times one of your first notes is like, hey, have this character look at the other character they're talking to, because a lot of times the eyelines would be here
I
because
thought it was. I thought they were looking at each other.
but also they're like, they had such a hard job and had to put this whole thing together, so they're really doing those grand gestures up top, animating
Right.
those, and then kind of the eyeline slips
Right.
later. So
Or maybe
Yeah.
it's locked to the head.
Yes,
and it's like,
yeah.
you know.
It's so interesting to think about because, like, in live action, eyelines are so important, and actors have to do all kinds of crazy shits to get eyelines right. So, of course, it's going to matter in animation. But as a person watching, I would never even think that that's something that had to be considered. But of course it did.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
because somebody's
amazing.
got to go in there and turn that little eyeball so that it looks at a thing.
My favorite
on
was like,
Archer, which is a rigged show, it's fairly easy to adjust the eyelines, right? Like you gotta go open up the rig, you gotta move the pivot.
right,
On those shows that are fully traditional, somebody's got to go in and erase the eyelines on all of the frames of that shot.
Oh, no.
And then redraw in the correct eyelines. Like, so eyelines are really, really big on those types of shows. There's the eyeline, they'll correct the eyelines in the storyboards to make sure the eyelines are super accurate in the storyboard, so that by the time it goes into animation, there's no question, there's no going back and forth.
All the time we'd be putting an edit together and you guys would be like, let's get this changed on the storyboards because down the road this is exactly what it's going to end up looking like.
So, can you tell me, Neil, like when you say rigged, what does that mean for our
It's
listeners
like a puppet,
and for me?
right?
Okay.
It's like a really fancy puppet. And, we have different expressions that we can turn on and off, and different mouths that we can turn on and off, so it looks like the person's talking. And the pupils sit on a layer on themselves over top of the whites of the eyes. And so we can move the pupils and sort of keyframe them to be in this position or be in this position over there. Whereas in a fully drawn show, those are just actually drawn onto the whole image is just one little
Whoa.
image.
So
for
what's like
each pose.
a fully drawn show to reference? Like,
Any
I
like
would know.
anime show,
Okay.
any show from the 80s and before.
Yeah, I believe The Simpsons is still done digitized cells so that they can sell the cells. Like that's the whole reason why they still do it.
They do.
Yeah, we're talking about cell style animation where it's like frame by frame.
Gummy bears.
You're
Bouncing here and there and everywhere.
yeah.
Also, what happens sometimes in the rig shows, because we did the show in After Effects, what you do is you set your points. Like, I'm going to start a move here, and then it ends here. And then the program does everything in between. But sometimes if something gets off, like an eye, like eyes, you might be having a conversation, and then somebody's eye, like one eye just starts going, like floating up.
Or like a position key will get off, and a character will be sitting there talking, and then all of a sudden they just start drifting.
Great.
It's
So
like,
funny.
and like, or their hair just like floats away from their head.
I was talking to some live action people about animation, and
That's just called real life, Casey.
Yes.
Talking to somebody in live action, you were just experiencing life.
I was talking to a fleshy guy. What are those called?
but people with live action TV experience.
Gotcha.
And I was talking about when this is related to the teaser of this episode. I was like, crowds are a killer in animation. They're terrible. It costs so much money, and they're just so hard. And they're like, yeah, it's the same in live action. Like, it's awful in live
Make
action.
it 100 real jerks standing around on your set.
There you go, feed him.
It makes me think how fun it would be to see like a blooper reel of like you said, like characters' hair floating away, or things that would happen.
We had
They
a
got fixed
folder
before we saw
of bloopers for a long, long time that was being collected, and then I feel like we trashed it for some reason.
Yeah,
I forget.
it sometimes it was like mean. And then
Yeah,
also
yeah.
people
Just making fun of
started
others.
to create bloopers, so they weren't really bloopers. They were
But also,
Yeah.
in animation, like spending time, you have to catch it as early as possible
Yes.
because a blooper is money. That's like it's not like a funny thing that just like some footage we could. It's like this was hours of somebody's job that needs to be redone.
Dang.
The way After Effects works is it references the character illustration. So the illustration is one file, and it's brought into After Effects, and After Effects is referencing the data that's over here. That file does not live inside the After Effects program. And if that link breaks, it just replaces whatever those files are with color bars, right? Just standard color bars, so that you can see clearly footage is missing, and you need to reestablish the link. Well, we would have a fully animated character gesturing, and then all of a sudden we get a render, and it's just a puppet of color bars, just like talking like Cheryl, but it's all just color bars animated. Like you can see the eyes kind of expressing and growing big. Like it was.
I forget.
Kind of awesome.
I forget which Halloween it was.
I'm
but
glad you're going to tell this story, Casey. I was hoping this story was coming up.
somebody came as a misreference,
bar
just
character.
color bars. But they did such a great job. It was like a cardboard suit.
Yeah,
with
big
color
head
bars.
one, like the chest is a color bar.
beautiful.
Every bit of the arm was
And
a
that's
color
just
bar.
for the people at the office. That's
Just
such
an
an
inside
awesome
joke for the people in that department. Because like
costume.
not even the whole office would know what that is.
Wow.
The people that knew it were like, "No, this is great."
That
is so
costume
cool.
hung on a column in one of the departments for a long time.
Yes,
at
that's
Floyd
right.
County.
That costume, man, wasn't it Megan Johnson that dressed up as the fire alarm one year? Remember the year where the fire
Chirping
alarm,
fire alarm.
like it would just go off all
right,
the time, so many times. The fire alarm, meh, meh, meh. And so Halloween comes around, there's Megan just walking around as the freaking fire alarm.
I love that. That's so
Yeah, it was
fun. Okay, guys,
Megan.
that is the end of the episode.
Oh,
Great
man.
job. Okay, Neal, you need to know going into trivia how many points you have. Now,
yeah.
I don't generally give out points for segments, but I will say for two truths and a line, for your deliveries, you got 30 points.
Nice.
But then I had to take 10 points away for getting it wrong. But then I
You got
took
more points for
10
disabling.
of Casey's points from him and gave them to you because it was Casey's
excellent.
fault.
Yeah.
So you still have 30 points from that, plus 79 from the episode.
Can
so
I just
you
go
were
home
going
now?
in.
I don't want to risk my points. I'll just
Nope.
take
Yeah.
those points.
You're
Bank
going
it.
in with 109 points into trivia. They're yours to
man.
lose, Neal.
Yeah, that's a good.
We can just bail. We can call it. You know?
I love that your 30-point math was meaningless. You took away and then
We on a
gave.
whole ride.
That's what I'm doing over
I
here.
know
guys.
you'd love to just cash in now, but just like on Press Your Luck, you have 3 spins you must take.
Okay.
All right. Safety's off, Barn, is what Lana says to Cyril when she hands him a gun. That's a reference to what classic TV show?
Nice.
Oh, it's Barney Fife. What you call it? It's what is the name of the show? Andy.
Yep, you got it.
Yeah, you were there.
You could
I know.
There's two routes you could go on it.
Oh
It's
God!
also Adam's favorite TV show of all time.
I know.
Yeah.
It's friggin' Matlock's.
It wasn't the Kathy Griffin show.
No.
But
It was Andy Griffith. Andy Griffith's show.
Andy
Yep.
Griffith Show. Great. And you
I
already
can't
What
said
about
remember a classic name.
Mayberry.
This is why I
were
do
you-
not like these.
Mayberry, yeah. You would have accepted Mayberry, I
How
assume.
slowly Neil's brain actually works.
And you mentioned Barney Fife,
Yeah.
which is the reference. Who played Barney Fife?
Don Knotts.
Excellent. In
Incomparable.
1964, Don Knotts was in a hybrid animated live-action film called
The fish one, Mr. What is it?
The
fish one.
Incredible
Fish.
Mr. Limpet. I think half points because it is the fish one. And then in 1979, Don Knotts became a regular on what TV show?
Three's Company.
Three's Company, and the name of his character was?
Ooh, I don't know that one. Mr. something. He was the landlord.
yep.
He replaced
My only Three's Company movie, or memory, is they set up a booby trap or something for something to catch
Okay.
a thief or something, and it caught one of the girls, and John Ritter says, "We caught a booby!" And
Classic. Man.
8-year-old
Three's
me was like on the floor.
You're like locking that in. That's my comedy voice.
We caught a booby.
Yes, his name was Mr. Christian
Burley.
Furley. Mr. Furley. He replaced the Ropers, who
Why? Do you know why he replaced the Ropers?
because they got their own spin-off show.
Oh, right.
I thought they may have murdered somebody.
Was it called The Ropers?
It was called the Ropers. Yeah. Gotta
What
look it
happened
up.
on the Ropers? Did they solve crimes or just?
Everybody was convinced that this was going to be a huge spin-off, and even the star didn't want to do it. The guy was like, I'd rather stay on Three's Company, and they're like, don't worry, this is going to be huge. And it like totally flopped.
I've
Norman
got 6
Fell
lines and I'm doing great.
Norman fell.
and Audra Lindley was Helen
That
Roper.
was Miss Roper, yeah. Great characters.
Oh my God, Jeffrey Tambor was on the Ropers.
Huh.
All right. Moving on.
Make
We see kind of the origins of Cheryl's pyromania in this one when she takes $3,700 and lights a dumpster on fire. Pyromania was a 1983 album by what rock band?
Quiet Riot? No. Pyromania?
Yeah.
And it's rock. It's not heavy metal.
It's on the cusp.
Def Leppard?
Def
No,
Leppard. It is Def
Oh,
Leppard.
man.
Okay.
Pulling it out of nowhere.
And then in 1984, their drummer Rick Allen was in a car crash resulting in what?
He lost his arm.
He severed his left arm.
That didn't stop him, though, Casey.
No, it didn't, because what is one of Casey's least favorite 80s songs, Hint, is a strip club classic.
Oh, I love this.
The drummer from Def Leppard only has one arm.
That classic
He plays
bio song.
in the video. It's a Def
Yeah,
Leppard
you see,
song.
they feature his like pedals. You see it where he's got he's got
Imagine
more pedals.
Being in a Camaro with T-tops and this song blaring, because it was
Yeah.
literally the only thing that played on the radio.
I don't know the answer, but there is a song that has the lyric, the drummer from Def Leppard only has one arm. You guys know what I'm talking about?
No.
No.
I'm like 99% certain that is a lyric from some song. Like they couldn't think of a rhyme and then they just have this non sequitur.
It looks like it's Why Is Everybody Picking on Me by the Bloodhound Gang from 1996.
Bang.
Oh yeah,
What was the
that,
answer?
those
I
guys.
forget your question.
It's-
Something about a strip club.
Amber, do you want to tell Neil what song it is?
It is Pour Some Sugar on
Pour
Me.
Some Sugar
Yeah.
Oh,
on Me.
You don't like this song?
I hate
What's
it.
wrong?
I don't know.
Why?
It just hit me at the wrong time.
Yeah.
I was
It's
I
weird,
was
'cause
really
wouldn't it
into
be like
Public Enemy at the time.
All right, different vibe.
Yeah.
And pouring sugar, it's like, wouldn't it be more of like a sprinkling?
Right. And what a waste of sugar.
Exactly.
Oh,
You guys realize the sugar is love. They want kisses, not actual granulated sugar poured on
yeah. Okay.
Okay.
it.
I thought it was cum.
Yeah. Well, that's it's a
hell?
metaphor for love.
All
you
right,
always
finally,
That's granulated sugar.
Pam has some underground fights in this episode. What year did the UFC start with UFC 1?
Wow.
I was gonna say 2000 because I thought I was in college, but I could be really because Ken Shamrock was in it, right? And
And the guy who wore
Butterball.
one boxing glove.
yeah, when Butterbean or Butterball or whatever his name when he in it too, and
I hope his name was Butterbean.
It is November 12th, 1993. These were
1990.
definitely
What?
videotapes that I was renting at Blockbuster.
I mean, I guess we must have started watching a cut like at 3 or 4, and we
Yeah.
just thought it was really early in college. Because 93 was still high school for me.
Who was the winner of the first UFC?
not Ken Shamrock. What was the WWF guy who was also a mixed martial artist? He wore black pants. He had a greasy black hair.
You're
Called
thinking,
himself like a human weapon. or
yeah,
something
you're
like
thinking of Steve Blackman.
Steve Blackman. I'm going with Steve Blackman.
It is not.
Lock it in.
It is not Steve Blackman.
No, well,
The
let's
winner
get
of the first UFC was Hoist Gracie.
I was gonna guess Horace Gracie.
Hoist.
My son studied at the Gracie dojo here in Decatur. He studied
Wow.
with us.
And
that
Hoist defeated 2 of his 3 opponents that night. Remember, these were the first UFCs were always tournaments where people had to fight like 3 times in a night.
Oh my God.
He defeated 2 of his 3 opponents with what move?
Come on.
Rear naked choke.
The rear naked choke is correct.
What is a rear naked choke?
You gotta go right into the rear. First,
First you get naked.
first get naked. Right. That's unsettling.
Casey, will you explain the physics of a rear naked choke?
Well,
Good choke.
I
You
believe
choke him from the inside?
it's you get behind the guy and then you're putting your arm in such a way that
Go
it's
on.
cutting off their carotid arteries. It's
seems
what
safe.
is known as a blood choke. It stops the blood from getting to your brain and you pass out.
But what's
Give him a
naked
little-
about it?
You give them a little ASMR while you're choking.
You have no defense, I believe, is the naked aspect. They're on your back, and you cannot defend.
Jesus. But you got that one right. Okay. I gotta
You have
keep
to have
up
a
these
raging
points.
erection while you're doing it.
Yeah, right. That does help. It is intimidating.
Okay, according to Google AI, which who knows, the naked is this can't be true.
Tell us what it says, Casey.
Oh well, maybe the
You,
naked.
you already burned a river. Just tell
The
us what
naked
it
is
says.
because it's applied without any clothing, such as a gi or lapel for leverage, which makes sense because some of those
Yeah.
early jujitsu or judo chokes, you
But
grab
then
the
wouldn't
guy's
everything
thing.
be called a naked? Like every move is like,
Yeah, that's
The
why.
naked punch. Yeah.
yeah, it's right. You're doing a naked punch.
I think it's because it is gi-less.
Okay, all right.
Keyless.
Well, you know those Gracies, they love a gi.
It's painterly gi-less.
Oh,
Now, did Hoist Gracie like have a catchphrase or like a sonic boom or anything he would say?
I believe he was famously stoic and didn't talk at all.
Okay. Is that the
Yeah,
last
all right.
question?
That is.
Everything. I can't wait to go.
yeah. Let's talk about the Gracie legacy some more.
Do you have
Please keep going, guys. This is great.
Neil? Do you have anything you'd like to plug?
No. There's probably something I should talk about, but I can't think of what it is.
Okay, Neil. This was quite a journey.
Yeah.
I think at one point you lost 1,993 points.
Yeah, I felt that one.
but then-
fell off a cliff.
You bounced back, and you have, in the end, 140 points,
Nice.
Okay.
which is
All
pretty stellar. I don't know what she got in the last episode, and those don't carry over. And there's not these
There's
don't.
no way
Yeah,
to
no,
know.
Jackie was really disappointed with that's my wife. She was really disappointed in my output the last episode. So hopefully this
Sorry.
will make her happy.
Yeah. Well.
Sorry. Maybe next time you're on, we can have her do the trivia for you.
Yeah, if you guys could not cause problems between my wife and I.
Well, bring Jackie over to Amber's place. You can trade in some of those points for a slap bracelet
Yeah.
or a plastic
Yeah.
armband.
Yeah, Amber's going to set up the whole Chuck E. Cheese counter.
Yeah. Oh my God. I would love that in my house, like on my front porch, and kids could come by and buy weird shit from the weird lady in Cabbagetown.
They're like, did you get a spider ring from the lady down the street? I did.
I got some dried slime. This is crazy.
You know, I didn't realize.
I got some 10-year-old candy. It's all bloomed, but I'm going to eat it anyway.
And Christian might be able to back me up here. I didn't realize that down the shore in the 80s, some places, a lot of the prizes were mirrors with rock bands on them. And I didn't realize until much later that I think those were cocaine mirrors.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh my
that
God,
was a
that's
big
awesome.
prize.
That's our next bit of merch. We're going to get a rephrasing mirror made. For cocaine purposes. Neal, thank you so much for being on the show.
Yeah, great
Thanks
job.
for having me, guys.
We really
It's great.
appreciate it. And we're going to
Anytime.
make you keep doing it as long as we're making the show.
Anytime. Yeah.
Sweet.
This has been Rephrasing, an Archer Rewatch podcast. You can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at RephrasingPod. Email us questions at rephrasingpod@gmail.com. Please, no pictures of your penis. That's just inviting pictures of their penis, isn't it? Rephrasing is produced by Amber Nash, Casey Willis, and Christian Danley. Our theme music is by Matt Hoggs. FX's Archer is now streaming on Hulu. We're so excited to be a Maximum Fun podcast this season, and we'd like to thank all of the Max Fun members that support our show. If you're not a member yet and you'd like to become one, go to maxfun.org/join.